I'm Laura Lee, and I'm with the Right Side Up, and we're taking the less out of homeless. Our mission is to provide permanent quality housing for single-parented families and the newfound homeless, which are the children. Why the children? Because they're our future. If our children do not have home sweet home, they will grow up emotionally, physically, and mentally deranged adults. And some of us already have been experienced with mentally deranged adults. Do you know any at all? Because we don't want more. Why is this? House to house, temporary to temporary instability. Can you imagine growing up and living in an RV? Can you imagine living with 4 people in one motel room? Can you imagine having a corner in a basement of your bedroom with your entire family? Can you imagine not knowing where you will be eating, sleeping, and or doing your homework? After school, wondering where's home tonight? Knowing that the lunch program was your only food for the day? Types of homeless people, there are different types. My sister went around, she's the founder of Right Side Up. She went around the community of San Luis Obispo, California, and interviewed homeless. She went into the ditches. I saw her, and I went, whoa. But okay. She figured out that there's homeless by choice. There's traveling artists and people that sort of are just making their living off the road and enjoying the country that we live in. And then there's the disabled or health reasons or elderly that are homeless. Now, can you imagine being disabled or you have health issues or you're elderly and you don't have a home? Divorcees, that's devastating because they usually go from a really big home to homeless, depending on what side of the fence that you got on when that whole situation came down. Veterans, they have PTSD. They do not know how to make a living because, I don't know, they haven't been taught that in military school or experience. They've been taught something else. Mentally ill, they lack coping skills. Runaways, people who just are running away from a bad situation and then they run into a worse one, or maybe not. Drug addicts and alcoholics. Some people under all this pressure from above can become drug addicts and alcoholics. And ex-convicts, people who are been paroled and they have to have learning skills on how to navigate. So those are the people that my sister found out on the streets in San Luis Obispo. Families who lost jobs and homes from the recent depression was a big one, and that swath is getting bigger and bigger. And the homeless become helpless. So it's up to us as community to be able to help them get Right Side Up. So Right Side Up has created human beings, people who are homeless even, to come and stand in front of, be live bulletin boards and collect donations to go toward the houses so they can have permanent housing. And we're creating awareness by going in front of Walmart or grocery stores and places like that where people can see, so then we can give them some information and they might be able to tithe back depending on their financial state themselves, but just the energy of taking the information and reading about it and becoming aware. Wow, we can do something about this. Let's do it. So that's one thing. And then video recording organizations that are supporting the homeless, like women's shelters or places for them to sleep for the night. Food, all that is covered, but their homes permanently are not covered. And if you get that as a baseline, then other things fall into place. But if you don't have that as a baseline, life is just unbelievably gets harder and harder and harder. So giving people jobs is one of the things that Right Side Up does for people who are helping collecting the donations. And they're the people who people won't hire because they don't have a phone or they don't have teeth or they don't have a car. They don't know how to speak right. Their articulation's not good or whatever. Anyway, so they have a hard time getting jobs even though they want them. So Right Side Up gives them an opportunity to have the jobs to prove that they're not homeless just because they're derelict. Traveling and speaking communities to create social awareness. That's what we're going to be doing as a team, and that's where we need some sponsorship around. Giving people assistance with affordable, permanent quality housing. That's the bottom line. Where there's plenty of homes in this country, we can build them if we don't have enough of them, but there's plenty for them to go into. What are we doing right now as Right Side Up? We just had our first home up in Florissant, Colorado, and it's a family of 2 veterans and 3 young ladies, and they are just thrilled because they were living out of an RV for 5 years, I believe. They're cleaning, they're painting, they're carpeting, they're fixing their pipes. It was a way for them to be able to get into a home without the huge deposits that are required and all this other stuff that is required just to move into a home. The solution to all that, if everyone voted with their dollar and gave $1 to the homeless people, we still wouldn't be good to go. This is a problem, but there's a lot of solution around it. We'd be short. Realistically, everyone needs to give in order for the less to become out of homeless. So we need your help. So what we're doing for our part is we're raising public awareness. So please subscribe to YouTube and see all the videos that my sister did on real live people living what we're talking about here. And then like us on Facebook, because there's always interesting information on what you can do. And then go to juliawaldorf.com or rightsideup.org to donate and share this information with friends and family. Get the word out about Right Side Up is getting the children off the streets. So that's what we're doing, raising funds and creating sponsorship. So this is an opportunity for you to invest into your community. We're hitting the road with Right Side Up, and we need you. We will be traveling to 10 states a year, creating a strong social media campaign to raise funds and awareness through video and interviews. Sponsor and donate through your community with the Right Side Up. We're affiliating with Women's Council of Realtors, so when we have the funding and people are aware, we can buy the homes, and the Women's Council of Realtors is the people who are going to be participating in that and putting that program together. Also, local churches, we need to know where these homeless people are so we can help them. And myotherapy healthcare, a lot of homeless and people, it's because of their health issues. So to be able to be proactive in their own health care is very valuable. So that's on board. That's who's on board right now, but we need you. So would you like to be a sponsor or make a donation toward the first Right Side Up home? Actually, it'll be the second. We need $100,000 a year for the next 5 years for a social media campaign. What is in your heart telling you to do what is with your pocket? You can donate whatever your heart feels or whatever your pocketbook allows. And how you can do that is you can determine between $1,000 a month, $500 a month. You can write it off on your taxes if you're a business. So it's a flush, and you're tithing at the same time. And you're supporting the children and our future generations. So the next step would be to like us on Facebook, subscribe down below, and donate. Hit the donate button or do your part, which could be just sharing these videos or sharing this information. So that's what we're doing here at Right Side Up. Thank you for listening and have a great day.